we have any good news to talk about?
Any good news? Fireworks are canceled.
Oh, yeah. We have severe thunderstorms that were bearing down on us, but now they're not here anymore. They decided to stay west of New York and kill you guys. So
Chris can't.
Yeah. So people can't hear us. What's going on? All right. This is not interesting. So I am going to try something. I don't know what to try. Anyone? Bueller? So Bueller wrong, right?
Bueller?
Oh my god,
yes, I'm Bueller wrong. You are the worst. You would be far from age trivia. What is wrong with you?
Alright, so this is not working the way we wanted it to work. So I'm going to try something else then.
Alright. Oh well.
Excellent. This is not a dead air show, I promise you all. Let's
try something out.
Oh, I know what to do. Probably something that we were not told. You're wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody can't hear us. Don't plug that back. Don't plug that, please. Unplug it. Come on now. Can you all hear us now? Is this working better? Are you able to talk and chat with us at the moment? If somebody could tell me if they can hear us now, that would be fantastic.
Hey! Yay!
All right.
Oh, technology.
I hate technology.
I hate you, technology.
I don't understand what was wrong, but, and Eric, if you could let us know, is the sound quality okay? Because we are now running Skype directly off of my laptop. It is not going,
or headsets or anything, so.
So anyway, while you're all telling us that, let's just get back to what we were talking about. Lauren's got bird legs. Jason from Kips can't hear, but that's okay. Click on the DTM listen thing that Denny just posted, and you should be able to hear the show. We have Scott Greenwald coming on in just a little bit. He'll be joining us all the way from Tasmania, otherwise known as, I believe, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
But that's quite a distance away.
Yeah.
He'll be coming on. He's going to talk to us about some things like the stew and paranormal paparazzi, and maybe he'll do some aura reading and things like that.
But let's talk about his methods of investigating, his preferred methods of investigating. They're a little bit different than from what I think most people, how most people investigate, and how the general public believes in paranormal investigators investigate. So it'll be cool to learn a little bit about the way he goes about things. And what else?
Then we have Paranormal Warehouse coming in at 7:45 to join us and talk about stuff that Paranormal Warehouse is up to. And
Michael Diamond.
Yossi James on Facebook, if anybody wants to hear Yossi James or follow Yossi James, that's Diamond from Paranormal Warehouse. And other than that, it's a bazillion degrees outside. Lauren's birthday was yesterday, so everybody should wish her a happy birthday. She's 21 years old for the 14th time.
Wow. What do you want from me?
Oh, so we went out to dinner last night.
Oh, my God.
Lauren's birthday. We went to this really great restaurant.
Cute little place.
We got this appetizer. It was like a spinach artichoke dip thing with cool homemade chips and stuff like that. We only ate a little bit of it. And it's like at a community table. And we were sitting there waiting for eating our entrees, and Lauren got up to go to the bathroom. And while Lauren was away, one of the people sitting near us decided they were going to rip into our artichoke dip and start eating it. I'm like, what are you doing? And the other woman had to tell her that, they're not allowed to eat the other people's dip. Because I don't know why they thought it was their dip, but they decided to eat ours.
Well, this woman was clearly had like 2 constant brain cells fighting to the death. She was just ridiculous. So needless to say, she takes the chip, as told by Marc, she takes the chip and dips it, and it goes to eat it. She says, no, you can't, that's not yours. And she goes, oh, and puts the chip back on the plate. So there goes because I really wanted to have some artichoke dip when I got home. I really wanted that for lunch today.
Yep.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Not happening.
Not happened. So
but
that was my happy birthday. And then I got this brownie delicious thing. It was literally a gigantic brownie. It was the whole plate. It was like 6 scoops of vanilla ice cream and walnuts and whipped cream, and fudge.
It was pretty dang good.
It was delicious.
It was. It might have been one of the best things I've had in quite some time. So what we're going to do now is just kind of talk a little bit about a couple things that we had come up for us. One of them was the other day we had some folks over, and it was incredible because what we talked about that day kind of tied into Paranormal Warehouse's question of the day today. And Paranormal Warehouse's question of the day was something to do with have you ever experienced different emotions on an investigation? So in other words, have you ever been on an investigation and suddenly your mood has changed, or have you been oppressed, or anything? You know, anything has changed. So I hopped in, I answered the question about, you know, basically, hey, I've had that happen anywhere from sadness to anger to all of a sudden maybe being oppressed a little bit, whatever it might have been.
Nausea.
The conversation we had over the weekend, apparently last year, not this past investigation that GHH did at Penhurst, but the original one last year, when we were there working, apparently I entered a room where some friends with were investigating, and when I went into the room, they said that I had this look of anger on my face. I came in very angry, almost pissed off.
Yes.
And while I was in there, and they tried to talk to me, I didn't say anything. I just stood there staring and glaring at them. They got it on video. Apparently, I've never seen the video of it. They tried to engage me and ask me, talk to me, and I stared at them angrily, and after several moments, finally said, "This session's over," and walked out.
Yeah.
I don't recall this. I don't remember having this happen. I don't remember any of it. So.
And I wasn't there. I was probably in another part of that area, so I don't remember that either. But I do remember you having to leave quickly because you felt ill. Perhaps it was after you came back. I don't know.
So, what I'm going to do now, folks, is I am going to make an attempt at bringing Scott Grunwald on.
Oh, he's here already? Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me place my little Skype call here and add Scott to the call if I can. Maybe not.
No?
Maybe. Yeah.
That was kind of weird. You got going on one discussion and another bit until we lost it. But yeah, I've had feelings like that too before. Just mostly I feel angry, and it's kind of scary to know that the anger that you're feeling is not something that's coming from you. It's coming from other maybe an energy and emotions, or however you explain it. Yeah, I don't like when that happens either. And Eric in the chat room said that he felt ill in the Devon building.
Yeah, that's a crazy building to be in.
Yeah. That building has got so much going on.
Yeah. Is this Dr. Walt? Uh-oh. Oh, man, you're going to kill me with the video on, brother.
Why don't they turn the video off? All right.
How are you?
Welcome to Paranormal Hangover, Scott Grunwald.
Thank you.
Can everybody hear Scott okay? Scott, give everybody a big shout out.
Hey, I can hear you. Yeah.
Hey!
I'm like, guys, can you guys see me right now?
Yes, I can see you.
Watch this something really cool.
Yes.
Watch.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Football has a camera pointing at his chest, and he's about to
he's lighted.
Set his chest.
There we go.
Yay!
It's all I got.
And that was Scott Football.
As long as you don't have any burritos, we're all good.
Yeah, by the way, actually, I put a taco. Honey.
Taco isn't a new cat, is it?
No, taco is actually, there's a restaurant around the corner called the Pink Taco, and they make these like 2 tacos for $1, and they're just amazing. So hopefully the Pink Taco is going to show up.
Pink Taco.
No, actually, it's called that. They're a Mexican family. I don't think they really realize the whole dynamic of the Pink Taco. What they do now, that's what they $8 for the sign up front.
Or perhaps they do.
Perhaps they're living there.
Scott Grunwald, new spokesman for the Pink Taco. Do you go in the pink taco often, Scott?
Sometimes I bump my head on some big thing hanging in the doorway. No, I go there about twice a week, and you can't eat just one pink taco.
No. You have to have many pink tacos.
At least 3.
Yeah. Now, are they dry, or do they put a sauce on them?
It's a wet taco.
Wet taco.
What makes it pink, Scott?
Building. If the building is pink, everything inside, it's all pink inside.
So it's pink outside and inside.
It's outside and pink on the inside. For a while it was brown, but that's a long story.
Is there a lot of meat in the taco?
You know, it's light on the meat. It's light on the meat and kind of heavy on the cilantro.
Oh my God, I might barf.
Are they closed for business about 5 or 6 days a month?
Vacation 1 week a month.
Yeah, that's true, and they're all shitty when you go in there. They're like, "What do you want?" No, this.
So what the heck, man? Stu comes pink.
Yeah, we pulled the plug on that fucker. What we did is, my kid's graduating. I graduated and he's going into college next year. We're kind of having a hard time with the money. It takes about $5,000 to throw StuCon, even though we only charge a couple bucks to get in. It's just something we do, you know, and this year we just couldn't do it. So we're probably going to do something in the winter. So keep your pink taco peeled.
They could be a sponsor.
They really should. Show up with a big truck.
If you need a couple of wacky radio show hosts, we'd love to come on out.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Maybe I'll
Now, let me put down the spot, Scott. So, but so StuCon, no go. Cash, your son Cash is a fantastic actor, man. I've seen some of the stuff he posted, and he's freaking awesome.
He got a scholarship for his improv comedy, and it was a small scholarship, but it was something. And then he got recognized by the county of Fresno, California, and for top 10 academic scholarships. And I'm like, hey, man, I don't know what? He tells us nothing. I don't know anything. And so he goes, yeah, Dad, I got to go down to the TV thing and whatever, the best of the best. And I'm like, well, what did you do? He says, well, I'm a comedian. I go, oh. Well, there you go. So I think the first one that they ever honored, or that they ever did a scholarship for comedy that I know of, improv comedy. But yeah, and he did some plays, and he's going to double major in theater and communication with a minor in political science. The fuck he came from, I don't know.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
I
didn't cheating on you with a corner.
That's all. I had to get the hell out of here, man. I better do something. Let me be a good student or something.
He's been trying to escape this house since he was born. I know.
So how's Sassy?
Sassy. Where is she? She's okay. She doesn't like the smell of burning hair. I don't know why, but she's drag your fatness over here.
How did you traumatize Sassy?
You know what? Sassy is she's like 18 now or something. I don't know. The secret is feed them treats instead of regular food, and then they get big and fat, and they're healthy. That's my logic.
Just fat, healthy. She can't do anything like she can't go run in front of cars or anything like that.
Yeah,
she's too fat to run. She'll just take a nap in the front yard.
The car would have to drive into my backyard. It would drive over in an undersized box she drives away in. But it's yeah, she has to roll in front of the car. She has to get a rolling car, fall and roll. And if you run over then, you're pretty dumb.
We're Sassy.
So I'm assuming everybody that's listening in right now understands who you are and some of your things. But why don't you talk a little bit to people about some stuff you've been doing in the past, and paparazzi, and we got to meet Joshua Warren, as you saw the photos that came out of ParaHistoryCon. We met Joshua Warren at ParaHistoryCon too.
Yeah.
Got tons of signatures on that Paracore shirt that you sent out.
Yeah.
That was pretty rad.
Yeah, that was very cool. Thanks. We really enjoyed kind of going around and meeting everybody. It was an excuse to sign the shirt.
I guess. Well,
are you kidding me? They were like, oh, terrible.
It's weird because in California we've hit over the 5,000 mark on Paracore shirts. It's like one of the most sold shirts I think ever, or given away, or whatever we've done with it. And it started out we did a skit. We had a show called The Stew, and we were going to do one night only. and we were just going to go there. We're just paranormal, and that was it. And my sister played a whore. Casting. My sister played a whore. Sleep with paranormal celebrities, so we called her a para-whore. And it went beyond that. We had one shirt made. The screen was like in some warehouse somewhere. And the people were, hey, I want one of those shirts. So we got the screen out, and we started printing these shirts. And then it became this dynamic where it was a group of people that would go to events to make sure people weren't sitting by themselves. If you see someone off by themselves, how dare you not invite them into the circle, because that person might have the answer to the paranormal that you're looking for, or a gentleman over here might have the piece of equipment that will work with your piece of equipment. So it's kind of, we're trying to, the unity thing is out, but I mean, you know what I mean, but it's just hard to swallow. But the networking thing isn't. And so we just became this group of people that would go, and if you're like, hey, I want one of those shirts, hey, I want one of those shirts, and screw it, man, we just started printing the hell out of them in underwear, and I think and pants, and we did one in Spanish, and we did one in German that when you went in the IR light, it said suck my dick, but it went out of the IR light, it just said Parahor in German, which is really kind of funny because it worked. We didn't know if it would work or not. Then we did a thing called IR wear, because a lot of paranormal groups still want a shirt that stays black, especially if you're like, I don't know, if you're kind of heavy, maybe a woman's kind of heavy, she doesn't like the way she looks in IR, she can have a black shirt, a shirt that stays black in IR, and it's more slimming. I know, and a lot of people, you can't see the name of our group because it's IR washes it out. So we started selling these things called IR wear, which are black cotton shirts that actually stay black in infrared, and it was a phenomenon. People were just buying them. We were selling for like $70 a piece, these black T-shirts. We're probably going to start doing that again because a lot of people are asking, hey, we want to print our shirts on these shirts that stay black. So I think that's coming up soon, but we're only going to sell the shirts for like $20. It was like, we only sold them for that much because we didn't want to, it's really tough to find those shirts.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's supposed to be like expensive to make them, right? I mean,
the thing is we would go to a, should I tell them a secret, honey?
no. Hi, everybody.
That's sassy. My boss is calling me. I should have. I'd go Denver up here if you want. Let's call her real quick.
Good. You're dialing up Jennifer Love Hewitt. What's this number? Hang on, let's write it down.
It's 503. Oh, I have it right here. I'm not giving the number on, honey. The boy, it's in the bus.
Is it matter?
Where's that bitch? She put you on that.
No, but no.
I'm not giving her a number on that. Oh, yeah.
Kidding, I know mine.
Hey, do you have to do the laundry when I'm on $1 million radio show? And there's like 30 people that have to put this show together. It takes them weeks in advance. And you're going to try to do, ruin it for everybody.
Exactly. What? Hey, you're in the $1 million studio right now, right?
Yeah, I'm in the $1 million studio.
Yeah. We both live in the studio.
I'm the TV star.
Yeah.
You're my boss.
Yes.
Linda sounds a lot like the translator for that woman on the Christmas episode with the lights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nobody caught that. That was extreme paranormal. They seen Alan and some other guy.
Yeah. That's funny as heck, man. I on a daily basis, if I need a lift up or pick me up out of the house, I can't speak English today, by the way. Can Linda translate for me? And if I need a pick me up, I just stop on and listen to Zach Bagan's Hair or watch some Let's Do episodes.
I like Call Me Maybe in the Hello Kitty sweatshirt.
That worked out really well. That was like on we're just I don't have that happen, but.
I just wonder where you found one in your size.
So, I went to Salt Lake City. I had so much fun in Salt Lake City this last weekend. Probably the best, I hate to say it to probably other people I've been at events for, but probably the absolute best weekend I've ever had doing, other than StuCon, okay, we get it, honey. These people treated me so nice, and so I went to my uncle's, I got my shirts, I got my Hello Kitty irons, and when some nice guy from a ghost paranormal group went ahead and ironed my shirt for me crooked. And then, but we went, and so I just make a, frankly, everybody just looks at me like, You're a fucking freak. But, okay, there's Jennifer up here. She's doing absolutely nothing since her show got canceled.
Oh!
Let's see.
As you know, the Ghost Whisperer going to be coming on.
Shortly here. Oh, here we go.
Shortly. Ghost Whisperer coming on to Paranormal Hangover.
Okay. She's probably going to say, you motherfucker. Can you hear it? Ring?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, dead air. We love that on a show.
Well, we get the ringing.
So that validates my...
I can't read the progress.
Anyway.
That's all right. Whatever. That's okay.
So, call me maybe. Hello. Where did this obsession with Hello Kitty come from?
You know, it was, I went to Michael's. I do major costume changes and shirt changes while I go to bed. Probably 30 or 40 or 50 even I've done within the weekend. So I'm like, okay, I got the tutu, I got the chaps, I got the priest outfit, I got outfit, priest uniform, thank you. Like that, all these different things, and I go, yeah, I need something really kid, colorful and stuff. So I go, I'm looking, I'm like, My Little Pony, you know, that's all right, you know. Then I see Hello Kitty just kind of just, boom, and I went, yeah, let's do this. And since then, people have sent me Hello Kitty stuff, you know, which is kind of cool because my granddaughter just loves it. So, you know, so I'm able to, you know, here, take this.
Got a room full of Hello Kitty. Little did she know it's all from the grandpa.
Right. How come you draw all in 2X?
Because you're going to be a big fat one when you get older.
Yeah, be a fat paranormal investigator.
Oh my God.
Really? Okay.
So, this is a paranormal sort of oriented show here, so I do need to ask you a couple paranormal questions. Get off of our fashion now. Talk a little bit about the way that you like to investigate, because it's completely different than anything out there that we see on TV and that everybody thinks that they have to do to be a paranormal investigator.
You know, Marc, it's really strange. There's two ways we go about this, being Verified Paranormal and Matina's Paranormal. We have two ways of doing this. We have one group that does everything 100 years ago. We do things with compasses for EMF. We do things, you know, with candles for our light. You take a gun, you put a bullet in it, and you set it on the table, and you do an EVP session. The other side knows that's a gun, and they're pretty much not afraid of it, but they recognize it. In that theory that these blinking lights and telling someone, hey, come into the light, there's a little light on the ground, they're like, motherfucker, I did that. That's why I'm here, all right? You know, no light coming here. This might be intimidating. There's compasses and a bell for communication. We can actually take these things apart and put them back together. We understand how they work, and we think that let's try. In doing that, we don't ever capture any kind of evidence or anything like that. We don't do that. We never put it out. That's one group that I belong to. The other one is pure nude investigation. So, that theory, we think that
pure nude investigation, that would be P9?
P9.
Wow.
Oh, that's good. Stealing that for my next presentation. Let me write that down. I don't know how to spell it, but I'm sure it's... But we were not allowed to do it at the Fear Factory, which is... I understand a lot of places are like, no, and Silent 49, and these places are like, no. We don't want that. And I get that. We can't do it at residentials, of course, because we tried that and it was awkward. So what we'll do is we'll rent out a place for ourselves, and we'll go in there and we'll strip down all the way naked, and we'll investigate. And with this group, we do use meters and whatever we can carry naked. The first time I did it, I met a group called SCAN, Southern California Investigators Natural, and they did everything in the nude. I thought they were crazy. We went to Linda Vista Hospitals for Paranormal Paparazzi, a show they got 3 Thank you. And we went down there, and I was doing the 5 o'clock interview where he was scanning, blah, blah, you know, the whole beginning, blah, 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 bang, bang, bang. And I turned around, and they're all naked behind me. I'm like, oh, wow. And then I look, and my camera guy's naked, and so is their sound guy and the lighting guy. I'm like, so I took my gloves off. It's not really a sexual thing. I think it would be. but it's not. It's the fact that you're vulnerable. Your best piece of equipment is what you have, what you're born with. And so you're just there, and you're right out in the open, and it's dark, so unless other people are staring at our camera, you really don't see each other. Right. You know, and that makes it a little bit easier. It's easier for me because, well, no, I like to show my dick, but most people, it's easier for them to not let other people see them naked. So, and they explained the whole thing to me. And as we're going through Linda Vista Hospital, things are happening. You feel, like I said, the vulnerability is so up there. It's so great. You're just like, I'm just like a little kid in a place, and it's almost uncomfortable, but it's getting better kind of thing. Like first day of school, at a new school, you go there, all the kids are staring at you, you feel really weird. And the matter of fact, that's what it kind of felt like that time we did it. It felt like I was a new kid at a new school, and because we moved around a lot, so I experienced that a lot, where the ghosts on the other side, or whatever we call them, transparent Americans, I'm sorry if you don't like the G word,
yeah, please, yes.
They're staring at you, and it feels kind of like awkward and weird, but once you start building a foundation where you're having some sort of communication with the other side, it lightens up, and it's such an amazing feeling. Plus, let's play the other side of that coin. You guys were dead. Sorry, you guys were in like a shark accident, and I was licked to death by kittens. But we're dead, and we're at a place, and we're just kind of floating around or whatever, and this group comes in, and they're doing EVP sessions over here, and they're all dressed in their black shirts, and they're doing the thing, and they're like, okay, you know, tell us your name and all that. We're like, okay, that's cool. But then over here, the other room, we're standing there naked. I'm more happy to go to the other room, because I would love to show them, here comes the joke, you ready for it? Yes, a penis. That's a good one. Comedy gold. Well, and you're going to sex, some people, they want to see something naked. I don't care who you are or what planet you live on. You have an interest. You know, you have a curiosity of what that person might look like naked, or what naked people, why are they doing. If you were like watching a bunch of video cameras pointing at the hotel room, and there was one window open and people were having sex in it, you're gonna look. And in the other rooms, there are like people, I don't know, there's a serial killer in one, and maybe a Girl Scout meeting in the other one, but you're good a naked one because you have that curiosity. We do as humans cover ourselves up. So that is another way of doing it. So naked and, say, Wild West Paranormal. Those are the two ways I like to investigate.
So would you consider yourself a pioneer for shows like Naked and Afraid, because of what you did on Paranormal Paparazzi?
I didn't get a lot on that, but there was a, when we first shot that thing, we sent it to Marc Below. I was really trying to do as much shocking stuff I could on the West Coast. The guy who has the spectrophiliac, who likes to have sex with ghosts, yes, we made that word up, and it's booming, you know. We had a guy who had sex with ghosts. We had a naked investigator. We got the buggy ranch. We got all these things that are sexual but interesting. Well, my people sent us to the Travel Channel our footage, and they were like, no, absolutely not. We're not. There's no way we're on a 4 o'clock in New York. No, absolutely no nakedness. And then the day we shot live tape, we had no idea what was shown. They said, well, Saturday, you went to LA and put the dick out or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, it's the story. And that's how they kind of threw us a lot on that show. It was awesome. And then they showed it. So after doing that, there was the Naked Haunted House. People were like, that's got to be you, Scott. I'm like, no, that's not me. Naked and Afraid. I think more people, Naked's in. And I saw Naked and Afraid, and I enjoyed a couple episodes that I saw of it. I like the way it was written, where the guys are pussy and the girls tough, and that's the way they do it, and then that's fine, and that's great. I like that. It's got a real good dynamic to it. The demographic for that show, Jennifer loves you. Should we?
Let's do it.
Hi, love.
Hey.
What are you doing?
I was outside the
Oh. Well, I'm on a radio show. Is that sense? Can you say hi to him?
Hi.
Hi, Jennifer.
She's good at it. Hold on, Jennifer. Let me hit your script. Are you tired, honey?
I am.
How's the baby? Is the baby okay?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, little Scotty's fine.
Yes, Scotty. Yes. Scotty's fine.
Okay, well, I love you. I'll call you back.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Paranormal Hangover exclusive from the Ghost Whisperer herself.
Yeah. About her is going public, or she goes in public. She wears a baseball cap, goes everywhere. Nobody says anything. Nobody says, hey, you're Jennifer. Occasionally. But she's the kind of girl that the way she carries herself, throws on a baseball cap, and, throws her bag over her shoulder. She's got holes in her pants, and she just goes shopping or whatever. And nobody, like George Clooney, you see George Clooney, you're like, oh my God, it's fucking George Clooney. But you see Jennifer, you see a girl like that like that, she just kind of just moves along. She's very nice to everybody she meets. And her kid's name is Scott, her little girl, yeah.
Sorry about the sirens in the background. Currently I live in the ghetto all of a sudden.
She seems like one of those girls, when you look at her and you go, no, that's not. Is that? Yeah, no.
She wears no makeup, so.
Are you sure it's the fact that she throws on a ball cap and goes out, or is it that she throws on a ball cap, goes out, and she has to be around you?
Yeah, everybody avoids, because all the attention is drawn to me. She just kind of gets... I've been recognized 3 times, and I'm like, really? It's actually, I was going in to get, I have an FBI clearance for what I do for a living, and I have to go through this big deal where they do stuff everywhere. So, I'm getting fingerprinted, and the guy's just staring at me. I'm like, gee, what? And he's like, you're the guy from Paranormal Hangover. I'm like, oh my God, yes. You signed this evidence bag? Yes. It's got Greenwald and don't mind the finger in the bag. But that, and I got a free Taco Bell, and then somebody thought I was somebody else, but I included that. You're that guy from that show, the travel. And I go, yeah, the one where he goes around the whole bunch. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Oh, Carl, whatever his name is.
Idiot Broad?
Yeah, Idiot Broad.
Isn't he great?
That's one of the greatest shows ever put on TV.
Don't you think that'd be a good Travel Channel show to have, called, I'm just going to throw something out for you guys, something where you think called The Underbelly. And what it is the guy, like the Idiot Broad, they send him to all the shittiest places to go. Like, people go to Paris, like Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, this place is cool. But the dad's in the hotel room going, this sucks. I want to go to the underbelly.
Yes.
There is a market for that. People want to see the horrible places of really nice locations.
Yeah.
So, even though he kind of does that, he's more Travel Channel related, where they actually will say, hey, you can go here and get a drug-ridden horse, whatever you want.
So we set you up in a nice hotel with a TV and a couch, and it's like one room with cockroaches, and the TV's like, 4-inch screen.
And one wall is all glass going out to the street.
Yeah.
Still standing there looking at you.
You should put together a whole season by yourself with a handheld camera and make that show.
That'd be great.
And then just send it to the Travel Channel and see what happens.
I sent them something one time. Well, that's it now, man. We won't talk about that. They're like, yes, I get this phone letter back. Well, thank you for your whatever, and blah, 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 and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It was the Naked Investigator. We actually sent a terminal to a couple of production companies. They're like, yeah, thank you very much for your footage, and we're sorry we cannot return it, but have a nice day. I'm like, okay, cool. So I framed that because I was like, oh my God. So working for the Travel Channel, working for those people, that is a great network. And the Paranormal Paparazzi was just kind of thrown at us. We had like a day to prepare. There was no sizzle reel made. There was no auditions. Zach picked a crew of people, and he said, he brought it. He goes, you need to be in New York tomorrow. You put your doing. And so we all end up in this conference room. It's of course Joshua, which is I've always wanted to meet that guy. And Aaron Sagers and then Brandon and Rachel Fine, sitting here with Rachel Fine, and Julie Alexander from ESPN's. She's always on the field with the football players on college games. And so these people are like, oh my God, I'm sitting in a room full of pretty cool people. And then they go, okay, here's a bunch of cameras, and here's an airplane ticket, and just go and stay there until we call you. I'm like, well. So I went and I stayed, and they called me. They go, okay, get on this helicopter, fly over and land at this. Okay, and now you want to go to the Bunny Ranch, and and stay there for 2 days, and then go down there and meet the guy that has sex with a ghost, and then the PX lights, and then the people up in the mountains that chase the Mogia monster, or not chase, but have a relationship. If you want to say that.
Yes.
And it was a crazy ride. I lived in Manhattan for a couple months. It was definitely interesting. It was a little too much work for this whole guy, but it was definitely fun. I had a blast doing it, and I'd probably do it again.
That kind of sounds like Idiot Abroad. They send you to random places.
It is. Don't unpack. And I go, well, why? Just don't unpack. Okay, so I to my first hotel, this beautiful resort in San Diego. There's a demon there. I'm going to go hang out. So I go down there to interview the demon guy in San Diego, and this sailboat. It's all pretty, and I'm folding my clothes, and I'm putting them in the drawers, and I'm having lobster bisque and brought to my room, and it's wonderful. And I lay down on the bed, and I close my eyes. Put it in, you need to get to Phoenix. No, get there now. You got to be at the airport in 2 hours. My lobster bisque, and so, which is good cold, by the way. And I get to this place. I never unpacked again because you can't. It's called a hard out. Yeah. Just bam, go, bam, go, bam. It was a little taxing, but I loved it.
Basically, buy clothes where you're at, burn the ones you wore.
Yeah, right.
It happened a lot. So I get to New York, and I went in and I got this it's not like what do they call it, hipster kind of outfit thing? Well, it wasn't really that. But what it was a dark black shirt with a dark gray a suit jacket over it, and some baggy jeans, right? Whatever. And they looked at me and they go, dude, well, no. Here's $200. Go to the Gap, get some hoodies. And you're from California, remember? You can't be just like this. I like the way I look, so Gap's all about hoodies and this weird 3-layer shirt thing, and I don't know. A lot of the episodes.
You could request things, a Hello Kitty t-shirt, bottles of water, some aspirin, like everywhere you go. Don't worry about that stuff.
They had a thing called craft services, which I totally dig, and when I worked on Ghost Hunters, I got to experience that, and it's all these cool things that everybody wants, and so they asked me, hey, here's a menu of everything craft offers, and then write in some stuff at the bottom if you want, and I'm like, well I'm not going to be a dick. I mean, I don't care, so I just wrote down panda's milk. I want you to milk a fucking panda and bring it. Motherfucker.
Here's a cup. Go in the bathroom. He'll never know the difference.
I'll never know the difference. Oh, this has got a Wayne to it.
Kind of nutty.
Like kind of a nutty, I don't know. It's a pancake battery thing going on.
You know this all too well. What the hell?
Mine smells like cleaner fluid. I don't know, like Windex or something. It's like, wow.
Lighting yourself on fire. What do you expect?
I think.
They're about this is terrible because every time I talk to you, I end up leaving and going, crap, I had 50 I wanted to talk to them about.
Yeah. We really need 2 episodes with you.
Yeah, we're about out of time here. Why don't you plug a couple things you got going on, some websites, any Stu episode, anything you got going on? Why don't you give it a plug here, and then we're going to have to chat again another day.
Okay, find me on Facebook. If you guys are out there and you want to get on TV, use Facebook. I swear to God. Don't go sending your shit out to anybody. Use Facebook, use Twitter. That's what they look for. They look for that kind of stuff. If that's what you want to do, do it. I mean, if you have something you have a hook on it, you can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Twitter. I got rid of my website because I didn't know how to understand it. But I'll be at Preston Castle, Ursula Belsky's thing in Chicago, this other thing, and one more thing that I'll remember after we hang up. So, I don't know.
Follow Scott.
Yeah, just follow me, please. Well, guys, thank you very much for this opportunity to grow.
Through our show. This is all for us, not for you.
No. You should see the size. I'm growing as we speak.
Pink tacos all around.
Pink tacos for everyone.
And just so everybody knows, Scott does nude interviews as well. So the paranormal investigating is the only thing he does nude. He's completely nude right now, and he is growing. So
yeah.
Bye.
We love you, Scott.
So, that was Mr. Scott Grunwald, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all enjoyed him on the show tonight. In just a few moments, we're going to be talking to
Mr. Michael Diamond from Paranormal Warehouse.
Yes, Mike Diamond, Paranormal Warehouse, Yahtzee James.
Yahtzee James.
They got some cool things happening on over there, but it's never a dull moment with Scott Grunwald.
No.
Conversation. And Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. When I said hi, I was like,
she's like, I'm going to kill her.
Oh
my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Suki. Suki. Thank you, Suki.
Thank you. Suki Saperstein.
So anyway, Scott, naked investigating, telling it like it is, using the old methods for some of the other stuff he does. Bathing suit area paranormal.
Yeah.
That was something that he was to talk about.
You think it's, people go, oh, naked investigating, whatever. I just take it seriously. But I can absolutely see where he's coming from, because you're forced to become comfortable with yourself, and you're forced to become comfortable with your surroundings, the people you're investigating with. And you just kind of no pun intended, you open up. Right? Let's be real.
Especially if you're a female. But especially if you're working the pink taco.
Oh. But I don't know if I'd be able to do it myself, but I think it's, I don't know. I don't think it's too far off, I don't think it's too far-fetched.
No, and if they have people, a man and a woman, walk naked into the wilderness.
Yeah, and we have to see their saggy buns on TV.
I don't see why you can't have naked paranormal investigating.
Exactly.
Run around and just have I don't know, you wouldn't be able to put a black box over it because it's see-through in the IR station.
Oh, I've got to mention IR black box.
And I definitely want to hear more about those IR shirts he was talking about, too. That's pretty cool.
There's just not enough time when you talk to Scott. It's every which way the conversation goes.
Literally, a 2-hour special with Scott Greenwald has to go into the works.
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't even talk about aura reading.
I know, we didn't talk about the aura reading at all. We barely got into his investigation techniques. We went from one thing to another. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, with aura reading, I want to find out about that.
He's a good guy. He controls the show. That's a professional known for it. When you run into somebody like that.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Makes it easy.
Yeah, he does. So, and he's like, you don't feel like dumb, or what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidated when you're talking to him, because he's just, he's got so much information in that noggin.
Yeah, absolutely.
He just literally can talk to you about anything.
Absolutely. So pretty soon, like I said, we'll have Mike Diamond calling in from Paranormal Warehouse, and we will chat with them about the stuff that they've got going on over there. And for those of you who don't know about Paranormal Warehouse, visit paranormalwarehouse.com. Great networking. This is a perfect segment because Scott was talking. Working, para-unity thing is dead. We all have a dream about para-unity in some way, shape, or form, but para-unity is automatically going to implode and cause infighting, because it just imply that if there's unity, then there's no need for everybody.
Yeah.
But that's the case at all. Networking with other people is to make sure that those other people who like to practice for everyone eventually have no voice anymore.
Yeah.
So that's what we all need to do, is continue to network with the proper people. And by default, it's going to get rid of the people who like to cause waves and cause trouble.
Exactly.
So some of the things that we're in the warehouse is a good spot to be able to go share some of your stuff you found, some EVPs, maybe some views. They have a great viewing station as well, where basically you can watch different shows from different groups from around the country. I believe Paranormal After Party is showing over there on Paranormal Warehouse. Some great folks from New Hampshire that we know, their show is over on Paranormal Warehouse also, Being Haunted. So this is something that is, I feel, wonderful. And it's awesome that we've been able to meet with and network with these guys, Mike and Briggs. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, we're just waiting for him to call in.
Did you call him?
I don't know what he's doing.
Where are you?
But if anybody has any questions for anybody, please feel free to fill it in here. Also, I do want to just mention again the Caring Coaching Center. We didn't mention her last week. You got to visit thecaringcoachingcenter.com and check it out. Over at that site, basically, you can get advice and some guidance on how to have a better life. Not just diet, not just what you're going to eat, but your overall lifestyle change is what they do. So that's the caringcoachingcenter.com. That's some place I would like to plug and talk about because they're a big sponsor for us here at DPN. And I do believe Diamond is calling in. I'm going to pick up this phone and talk to you. This better be Yahtzee Jing.
It is. Yeah, when you are like being introduced to the radio station, there's a lovely English woman that greets you. I like it.
You like that, right?
Thank you, that. Radio.
Talk radio. Julie, Mary Poppins. What's that her name?
Julie Andrews.
Julie Andrews reminds me of every time.
Why did I know that name? Guess so.
We should talk to him.
What's going on, everybody?
Nothing, man. Just enjoying. I'm finally off for the summer, so I'm working a little bit, but most of the time I'm off, which is excellent.
Nice.
So why don't you tell everybody who's listening, I'm sure they probably already know about it, but why don't you tell everybody about who you are and what Paranormal Warehouse is?
Sure. So I'm Michael James Browning, and I came up with this idea, which is ParanormalWarehouse.com. So I kind of wanted to create a place, like bring the community together and to share their evidence and to, formulate new ideas and new theories and just kind of like bring everyone together so we could actually talk. I figured if someone had evidence in California or had an idea, the chances of them talking to someone over here is, slim unless they know somebody. So I made this website. It's a social media website. It's totally free. And, like I said, it's sharing ideas and new technologies and your findings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking a little bit about some of the things that you have going on there with some of the forums that you have in sharing EVPs and some of the shows also. You're streaming shows now, is that right?
Yeah, I want to, people put time in and they really make like nice little productions. So I reached out to a bunch of people. And, if anyone's listening to this and they want to participate, you can go on ParanormalWarehouse.com and shoot us an email. It goes directly to me. And, we have like a weekly setup. Right now we have like one show per day that people make, and we just put it out there. So.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's like a really wonderful thing you're doing. I don't want to call it fun, so cheap. That's wonderful. No, but it's because we need that. We really, really need that. And I'm really supportive of the fact that you went out and did it on your own and came up with this idea and have gotten as much notice and support as you've gotten. It's really a good thing.
No, I really appreciate it. I mean, the truth is, the idea came up with me being wasted at Mohegan Sun Casino. So that's where the best choices are made, obviously.
You must have been on a win streak for that.
Yeah, God, I'm never on a win streak. It's awful.
Oh my God. So, getting back to Paranormal.
I know. By the way, I'm running out of Post-its. I need more Post-its.
Oh, man.
I'll send you my address. Go ahead, Mark. So,
something I noticed, about the shows you have going on there. Some of them are well-known names. I know Paranormal After Party. You run a couple episodes of that.
Yeah.
Then there's a group out in New Hampshire that has a show called Hunting the Haunted. That's pretty cool.
Too, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's fantastic, like Lauren said, because not even so much that there are people trying to get noticed. I don't want to say that. TV is TV. TV is what's entertaining, what are millions of people going to want to tune in and see, not what are investigators really doing out in the field.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that allows people who are just filming investigations to be able to put it into a pretty little package, getting them out there to show people, no, this is how you investigate. This is what goes into an investigation. Not a bunch of people running around getting pushed and scratched all the time,
mm-hmm.
And
sure.
I think it's awesome. I think it's a fantastic thing that you put out there, a great little avenue, if you will, for people to get on and show their stuff. And,
mm-hmm.
We've chatted off on the side about some ideas that we all have that hopefully we can get that put together and get a groundswell of what we too. There really needs to be more people sharing what they're collecting in an organized way.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go on, Mark.
No, I'm just probably going to say the same thing, having a place to go for all that collected information, whether you want to do research or, compare, whatever it is,
Sure. I mean, it's a long road to go, but what I think we have to, and I feel like I'm like negative Nancy when I talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
I think that we really have to get off of the look at me doing this stuff and more focus on look at the paranormal stuff that we're finding.
Yeah.
So I like to promote those shows that are like, this is what we're doing, and like Mark said, put it into a neat, pretty little package, which is super nice. Obviously, it's easier to watch, but it's got to have a level of professionalism too, and not just mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, right.
So the commercial all of a sudden randomly pop on while we're sitting here chatting. I don't know what the hell happened, and just decided to show us.
I was pretty happy. Do I keep talking? I don't know what to do.
So for 3 weeks we've been on, and every week something happens.
Our show is a mess. I disconnect Brent every show.
I didn't even know he was on when we were on your show that day. I didn't even know Briggs was there.
I know, he's so weird. He'll just clam up whenever it's it's weird.
Oh, man.
He's like the Charlie Brown Paranormal Warehouse.
Oh, yeah, that is perfect.
Briggs, if you're listening, I did not say that. What else is going on over at Paranormal Warehouse? Anything new that you can tell us that might be in the works?
I'm looking to make it more. Cause, to be honest, I don't want to say struggling, but I'm definitely working hard to keep it going and getting people to go on there and chat on the regular. So what I'm thinking of changing is I'm going to add this database that I'm working on, and that's a little bit later on. But sooner than later, I'm going to add some more social network capabilities, like a live chat, you can private chat people and stuff. Just something to keep them on there and keep communication flowing. But I mean, other than that, like I said, if you have a show and you want to put it on there, go for it. And any email comes directly to me. So if you ever have questions about the website or anything like that, it goes to me. So I don't know if I know what I'm talking about, but you'll be talking to me.
That makes sense. Listen, man, you can't do it all by yourself, That's a lot of work. And you think, oh, I can't, that's great. No. That takes up a lot of hours. And so you try to handle it on your own,
Yeah, and during the school year, it's really tough because I'm actually working. And kind of on that also. But now it's the summer, so I can focus for 2 months and really try to make some changes.
Right.
Now, do you have people try to reach out to you and contact you for investigations, and how do you handle that if it is?
I've had people call me for a number of questions, and I'll reach out to the community, and if they're looking for some group in an area, I'll throw out anyone who's in this area, contact me, and then I'll link them together. I have a lot of people that send pictures or they have questions about experiences that they're having, and I get a lot of that too.
I wanted to ask you and Briggs did that, gosh, I don't remember the name of it. It's so hot in here. I think I'm losing all my brain capabilities.
Oh, all I've been doing is just sweating for days.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Hi, it's July. Okay. No, but you and Briggs did that. You kind of had your little table set up at that place in Valley Stream.
Yes. Yep.
How did that go?
One person showed up.
Oh man.
But I mean, it was very nice. I met him. He has a nice group on Long Island. So, you reach one person, you reach one person. That's awesome.
Hey, I shouted that out to all my Long Island friends. They were probably like, I don't know, did he go? I don't know. But,
well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hey, come on, I listened to all my life. I was right there. Oh man.
So in the chat, people are saying they want to join Paranormal Warehouse. How do they do it? How can you join PW?
You go to paranormalwarehouse.com. There's a registration page. You can register where you just fill it out with your email, or you can link to your Facebook account where it uploads pictures and everything on there automatically. If you do it, a lot of women get like upset because it just automatically makes you a man. So you can go in there, you can change all your stuff. But it's all free. It's easy to register. And if you need help, like I said, contact me, and I'd be more than happy to help. But it should be quick and easy.
All right, good. Great.
Excellent. What else would you like to plug here? We got a couple minutes left on the show, and I don't want you to get cut off before you get to tell everybody some cool stuff.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, go to paranormalwarehouse.com. What I would love is for you guys, whoever wants to get involved in chatting in the forums. We have a bunch of great people that are on there on the regular, and they're super nice and really intelligent, and they're throwing around theories all the time. We also have a store. If you're looking to check some stuff out, it's powered by the Ghost Hunter store. So, it's like all quality stuff, and
Right.
That's it. Check out my site,
Hey, here's an idea that I can throw to you, and this will be a pro bono. I was thinking the other day how cool it would be for a place that you could go to try and trade equipment. Say like, gee, I've got this piece of equipment. I'm looking for anybody who wants to maybe do a trade. Do you need this, and I could get that from you.
That would be cool. I mean, I could start like a forum. I could make a forum topic for people who would want to do that. That would be a great idea.
Yeah.
Why not? I was thinking about the other because not everybody has the money to always go buy something.
Yeah. So
but hey, if you could trade a couple things.
Right, so maybe some people are like donating old equipment or something. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that up tonight.
Nice.
There you go.
There you go. Ideas.
Did you listen earlier when Jennifer Love Hewitt called in?
No, I literally got back to the apartment. I had to run an errand, and I called you 2 minutes after I got back in.
We're going to get cut off.
Did you really have Jennifer Love Hewitt call in?
Scott Grunwald had Jennifer Love Hewitt call him at his house and put her on the air.
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
Oh, man.
Anyway, brother, we appreciate you coming on. People look him up on Facebook too, Paranormal Warehouse.
.com.
And follow these guys because they're doing awesome stuff.
Great talking to you,
Thank
Mike.
you so much, guys. It's always a pleasure chatting.
All right.
Excellent. Thank you.
Keep sweating.
All right. See you guys.
Oh, that was it, folks. That was Paranormal Warehouse, Scott Grunwald, Marc and Lauren.
Mike Diamond.
Sweat on the keyboard.
Mike Diamond.
Yeah, Paranormal Warehouse, Mike Diamond. Okay.
Wow.
So you guys have a great day. Thank you very much for listening.
Good night, guys.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.